the next project that we took on was Girls in ICT. So Girls in ICT happens every April, the fourth Thursday of April. And it's a celebration of what girls do within ICT. We did this for 2 years in a row, 2016 and 2017. So you can see one of the things that we do is bring up girls within 6 zones around the country. And we do training just for 3 days. So we have like 240 girls countrywide, and we train them in mobile app development. And out of those 240 girls, we choose 5 from each group. And then we have 30 who come to Dar es Salaam, and what we do with them is more training, but then also industrial visits. So you can see this is one of the areas that they went to Airtel to do a visit. And then finally, we make a summit for the 30 girls who are in Dar es Salaam. And you can see that this is one of the girls who was doing a presentation of a mobile app to Engineer Stella Manyanya, who is the Deputy Minister for Education. And finally, out of that group, what we do is we take 5 of them and they go to the ITU, the International Telecommunication Union, where they are part of that celebration. So like this year, it was 27th of April, and they were in Addis Ababa, and they were part of the bigger celebration of ICT with girls. But then within the country, we also partnered with Data Lab, and we had some other trainings that were going on the ground on the very same day, and it was mainly centered around data. So that's the second project. The third project that we did not very long ago was part of the Innovation Week, which is, it was themed Stories That Solves. So basically what it means is that girls will come together, figure out a challenge within a community, and then figure out a possible solution for that challenge and make animation out of it. So you can see some doodles here, and these were used to make that animation. And as part of that, we also partnered with, I think this is HDIF grantees, where they discussed the challenges. This was education. So it was education, health, sanitation, and water. So this was one of the sessions. And finally, they made movies out of it, some animation to tell their stories on what their challenges are and what they think the solutions could be. So what does She Gods do? So we are in a business that we call STEAM. I call it STEAM because it has an A. So you have science, technology, engineering, art and design. That's where the movies are coming from, and mathematics. And what we do is we inspire the girls, mostly 13 to 19 years old, so mostly within secondary school, for them to enter into careers within that STEAM. This is what we've been able to do so far for the past 3 years. We work countrywide, we work zone-wise, and then we reach out to girls within secondary school and do the training. So one of the feedback that we've been having so far is some of the girls that we do train, they come back and say, I like the training that you did the other day. What more can I do? Or in other cases, you have girls who are within schools, but then what happens is that within their same school, they do not have the computers. So one of the things that we're actually doing, one of our bigger projects is Binti Hub. So like as we speak, we have colleagues and team members who are elsewhere working on the very same dream. Having a space where girls can go to and they can do all this fancy stuff that we've been talking about here. After the training that we've given them, after giving them all the inspiration that we think we've given them, then we need to figure out what's the next stage. So how do we work? It's not a one-person work. It's a bigger group. Are there any she coders in the room? I saw some. So we're a bigger team. There's a management, but there's people who are doing operations on a day-to-day. There's lots of logistics that has to take place, especially when you're taking a girl from school. So you have to figure out how they're going to go to the zone, how are they going to spend their time there, if they fall ill, what will happen? So you have to figure out all of that. So we have a logistics team, and we have awesome trainers who take part in these trainings that are taking part all over the country. We cannot do it alone, so we have to source for some resources. And we have a pleasure of working with some big people in this, government being part of it, so COSTECH, UCSAF, which is Universal Communication Service Access Fund, and then the other people who are supporting this initiative. I think that's it about SheCodes.